All right. What in the fuck is happening? Man, I cannot win. I cannot win. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, I'll be allowed to talk about Grammpa Stanley. What's up, Donde? Yeah, hopefully I'm allowed to talk about Grammpa Stanley, because I guess I can't talk about Louis Conrad shooting himself. What the fuck, man? Oh, what's up, Jess? What's up, Monfish? Jag, everybody, welcome back. Another blow to Clawbah is right. What the fuck, man? Let's do it. Let's do it. What? I couldn't even see. Can somebody tell me what I got struck for? Like, what did my was it a copyright thing, or was it guidelines? What's up? I'm just being honest. What's going on, Blue Boy? YouTube protects predators, but like the video I was playing is on YouTube. I don't really get what I did wrong here. What's up, Bennett? Game guy, Mr. Boucher. Ignatz, I want to shout out. Ignatz said donated $5 and said, "How do I send dick pics through here?" You send that through. My Twitter is in the it's in the description. I get all my dick pics and breets through Twitter. The great Dick Hungwell said, "Glad to you and your paper bag are back, Clawbah." Thank you, Mr. Hungwell. President Hungwell. Community guidelines. Emma reported you. I don't know, man. Like, was it because I'm like laughing about dead predators? What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what the hell I did. Oh man. All right. Well, we're back. You know what? I guess we're gonna have to skip over Louis Conrad. That's finally Louis Conrad dodged a bullet. So we're just gonna have to skip over Louis Conrad, and we're just gonna go. You know what? Let's just go right to Grammpa Stan. Why not? Everybody loves Grammpa Stan. Violate. I don't know. Dead predator violation. Am I not supposed to talk about dead predators? What the fuck? When did I never got that memo. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and blame Neil Breen. Maybe Neil Breen thinks I had something to do with the Etsy scandal. All right, so you know what? Let's just go right to Grammpa Stanley. Everybody loves Grammpa Stanley. Stanley Kendall. He is a legend in the TCAP-averse. Thanks for the... Oh. Yeah, you know what? You guys were all putting that in the chat, and I was like... I didn't know... I was still sitting here talking. I didn't know I had gotten struck. Oh, man. Dead Predators, the name of a new band. That's a good name, Wicked. That's a good name. All right, let's get into Stanley motherfucking Kendall. Now, am I going to be allowed to talk about Stanley Kendall dying? I don't know. In about 45 years, it'll be public domain. I'll be long removed from YouTube by then.
Well, they haven't turned the mix on.
Back at the house, Perverted Justice is getting ready for the next...
So, again, another guy from the Texas Sting. Another guy from the Murphy Sting. This is Stanley Kendall. Everybody knows Stanley Kendall. He's a legend. He went on to have some very disgusting phone calls. Now, the calls, the people who were on the calls were hilarious, but Stanley was just so fucking gross that you cannot. It was really tough for me to listen to. NBC got all shitty, but again, I was playing a video that's publicly shared on YouTube.
Potential predator. He's also in his 50s.
Like, I know at this point, like, the shit I can play and I can't play. And I don't know. I didn't think there was anything wrong. I don't see nothing wrong.
All right, I'm gonna hang up. I'll run down and I'll meet you at the door.
Dan in actor.
We remember our boy Dan from the last Sting. How's it going, Stanley? How was your drive? Look, I'm gonna pour us a couple highballs, and this is like the most sophisticated 13-year-old in the history. Well, not as sophisticated as the me, my mommy, and my daddy kid, but he's right up there. He's right up there. But I love this guy. I love this Dan guy. This Dan
Dateline
character.
Hired is pretending to be a 13-year-old boy.
They're copyright, but again, I was playing it off of Saul's channel.
Okay, he should be making the turn on Westminster and onto High Point.
He's been on the phone.
I got a copyright strike for including a clip of Donald Morrison in a video. YouTube is inconsistent as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I get copyright claimed all the time, but you kind of know the shit that you can play and you can't play. But I guess at least I thought I knew what the shit I could play and I couldn't play it. But anyway, let's put that behind us. Let's see if I can go an hour without getting struck again. And let's get into Stanley. Let's get into Stanley Kendall. Look how excited Frag is. Frag, why aren't you in battle stations? Frag's just fucking chilling. Stanley Kendall's a living legend. Well, at the time, living legend is about to walk into your house. You're awfully fucking chill for the legend that is about to arrive, Frag.
Giving directions to our next visitor.
How you doing, Stanley? Doing good? Tough drive?
Just like that seems normal conversation for a 13-year-old. I don't know. Seems legit. Stanley just those big droopy balls of his just so fucking full right now. He was rushing. This is the most Stanley Kendall has ever moved in his goddamn life. And I don't recommend it. What's going on, Jason? Clawbah is back. I don't recommend it, but if you've seen those Stanley Kendall pictures, Stanley Kendall has one of the weirdest physiques because he has this big gut, but then under his gut, he has this. Stanley is like a fucking camel because he has this other like growth thing, like just below his gut. He's got a really fucking weird body. I mean, I think the award for weirdest body has to go to my boy Don Cheech, but Stanley was right up there. Stanley got that camel body, baby.
A little bit.
He's 54-year-old Stanley Kendall.
Hello, grandson.
Using the screen name Stanamac12.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot how old he was at the time because, again, another one of these predators who was...
A little bit.
Who looked...
He's 54-year-old...
Okay, 54. No, I think for 54, I think he probably looked pretty bad for 54.
Stanley Kendall.
Stanamac. Again, these guys with their screen names. He looks like the...
Using the screen name Stanamac.
Yeah, Stanley's fucking disgusting. Stanley is goddamn Stan is disgusting, man. I mean, the calls were funny. Those guys are funny, but like Stanley's just so vile. I just couldn't get into those calls, man. I really couldn't get into those calls. I thought everybody who did the calls, who were on the calls, I thought they were all funny, but Stanley is just so fucking gross, man. And then he's smearing like feces on bathroom mirrors and shit. Like he looks older than the rabbi. 54 going on 80. Yeah, no, this is not a good 54. You're right.
12, he initiates a chat with a decoy posing as a 13-year-old boy. Just 3 minutes later, Stanamac12 says...
No, I kind of love when Chris calls these guys by their screen name. He doesn't call him Stanley. He doesn't call him Mr. Stanley Kendall. I love when Chris refers to these guys as like this guy, Stanamac. I mean, what the fuck does that even mean?
I would like to play if possible. The decoy asks, like what? Stanamac describes in graphic and very specific...
they're not doing this. They're not doing
Possible.
Stanley. You're not. You guys are fucking slipping, man. You guys are not doing Stanley justice. So, Chris, I'm gonna go ahead and read that for you. I would like to play if possible.
Decoy asks, like what? Stanamac describes in
Nope,
graphic
Chris, you're
and very
fired. I love to suck. I'm assuming he's saying cock.
specific detail
And play and suck cock. And Stanley, I included him in the trolling compilation, and people love it. Stanley is just like, I love to suck cock and play cock and eat cock, and it's just cock. Every line of Chris's confrontation with him had to be blanked out.
what he wants to do with the boy sexually. The decoy
I play nipples and suck and fucking cock.
acts a bit shocked.
Stanley's a motherfucking freak, man. Stanley did love him some cock.
Oh my god, I never have done anything yet.
Would you like to?
Would you like to, grandson? Now I'm slipping. See, no, TCAP narrator guy, you're not needed here. I'll take care of this.
I don't know.
I like younger guys to play with.
Nope, fuck you again. I like younger guys to play with. Do. And suck and cock and suck and cock.
Do you want to play
Do you want to play with my cock, grandson?
or try?
Oh, okay. I'm 13 though. That cool with you?
As long as you don't call the
He did, man. He really did, Ignatz. He really did.
police.
Don't call the police on me, grandson. Stanley, after the sting, got in more fucking shit where he was living.
A little later, the potential predator sends a photo of his genitals.
Dude, Stanley was right there with, like, Lorne about, like, sending them dick pics. Man, this guy was just, like, balling out on them dick pics. This guy really loved taking pictures of his fucking dick. Like, Stanley just really, really enjoyed showing his dick to people. He really shouldn't. Most of the guys who, in fact, almost all guys who, like, send this many dick pics shouldn't be.
Asks the decoy,
Do you want to play with it?
Do you want to play with it, grandson?
Well, only if you're nice to me and don't make fun of me if I don't do
You buy me stuff?
something right.
Of course, I can teach you by doing it to you.
I've been a successful teacher for 28 years, grandson. I could teach you by doing it to you.
Ironically, it turns out that teaching
He did not get prison time, Julia. He didn't get prison time because the illustrious DA, who I'm convinced from the grave just struck my stream, because he decided to, go out like a fucking bitch. Stanley didn't get any. None of these guys did. None of these Texas guys did. None of them.
is something the man now entering our house.
They trolled him to death. They probably did. Well, again, Stanley was with it, man. Stanley was all about it. Grandson.
Knows a lot about.
Here, let me get you a drink.
Like, come on, man. This is the outfit that you put together for this date, Stanley. You went with the pants hiked all the way up. Okay. You went with the sweater with the shirt and collar underneath it, and then you went with the hoodie. This was the look that you decided to go with, Stanley. Do you guys look in the mirror before you leave the fucking house? You're gonna meet this cute little twink for the first time, and this is the outfit that you decided to go with, Stanley? Come on, man. What's up, Jerry? What's up, James?
Thirsty?
Bullshit.
Can I pour one for myself?
Laugh out, Lorne. LOL.
Mind? No? All right. So what do you think we should start with?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's up to you.
What are you thinking, grandson? This decoy was really fucking smooth, man. This decoy was able to handle, like, basic conversation, not like the HVP decoys. Although, Nervous Nelly was fine. The rest of the decoys, even TCAP had some pretty shitty decoys. But this guy was a good decoy. You were a good decoy.
So what was the lesson plan for tonight?
No, Chris is not fucking around. This is vintage Chris Hansen, man. Chris Hansen with the sport coat and the turtleneck. This is the Chris Hansen that I like to remember.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I thought this was a joke.
You thought what was a joke?
You thought this was a joke? It is a joke.
I
Surprise!
should have known better.
What do you?
Stanley, like, okay, man, 50, what was he, 54, 50, something like that? Nah, people who in the chat, you guys are absolutely right. Now, this guy looks terrible, even for 54 or however old he was. This guy looks like he's fucking decaying. Like, he's got, no. This guy's a fucking mess. That hair, Stanley. You got to do some. Like, get yourself together, Stanley. Jesus Christ.
What did you think it was?
Stanley was thirsty for the white stuff. Oh boy, the stuff.
Setup
And why would
Oh boy.
somebody trying to do a setup on this?
to catch people that shouldn't be talking to
People like yourself.
teenagers.
People like you.
Yeah, see, me. I wish I could host To Catch a Predator. I think I could do that.
Definitely. Well, no, this is the first time I've done
What's up,
this.
Jonas? Dude got a massive bulge under his belt, but total gunt. That's what it is, Jonas. He has that big gut, and then he has that bulge under his belt. His fucking pics that he sent are really they're fucking disgusting, dude.
The young underage person, yes.
While he claims
He looks older than Robert Lyons. He does. Robert Lyons, another guy who's trying to pass himself off as like 28. Come on. At least Stanley didn't. Did Stanley lie about his age? I don't even remember. I like this guy's chat log. I don't think I read his chat log. If it was probably just fucking just disgusting, but not funny disgusting like my boy Jungle Mania and oh boy the stuff.
his fantasy of teaching a young boy the sexual ropes was all a joke, what he does for a living is nothing to laugh at.
That's no laughing matter, grandson.
And what grade do you teach?
6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So you...
Somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't this guy, after To Catch Predator, didn't this guy go right back to... I know Walter Baps, like the next day or whatever, he went right back to school. But didn't this guy start working again as a substitute teacher somewhere? I know he relocated to Indiana. And Joey wants me to go out there and take pictures of his grave. So I might drive out to Indiana to get some Stanley grave photos. As soon I just got to know where it is. That's a bit of a trip for me, but I'm willing to take it. He did talk. He did teach, like afterwards though, right, Donde? He taught after, like I mean, I know he got let off for this. He didn't even get sex offender. He wasn't even on the registry. But yeah, I think he went to. Okay, thanks, Lewis. Yeah, he did. He did. He went right back to substitute teaching.
teach kids
He found
who
loopholes.
are about the same age
This
as the boy
motherfucker.
you thought you were going
I
to...
bet their principal must have been really shocked, dude. I know it was back in 2007, but like, do these people not watch TV? I mean, I know Google really wasn't like a thing really in 2007, but like To Catch a Predator was a super popular show. How did this guy fall through the cracks? Somebody had to have yeah, Cat G, let's do it. How did this guy fall through the cracks, man?
visit tonight.
Yes.
That
They found out
raises
through the show. Yeah, they did, but
an obvious question. If you're willing to have a conversation like this, and
that's true. Okay, that's a good point. So, because the show didn't air until like months afterwards, so yeah, that would have given him some time to like be under the radar and get a substitute teaching job. But fuck, man,
come visit a
very little they watch TV. Exactly why.
13-year-old boy, what have you been doing with students?
Definitely.
When Chris sees these teachers, and rightly so, but when Chris sees these teachers, he gets super fucking pissed. Is that Jeff? Jeff's so cool in the house? What's going on? Jeff's so cool?
Not this.
And why should I believe you?
Because I've successfully taught school for 23 years.
Because I have a resume, Chris. Chris, can I direct you to my LinkedIn?
Kendall says he has 4 children of his own, but hasn't seen them in years.
Yeah, I wonder. I think we all fucking know why.
As a parent, would you be okay with a 54-year-old
Latoya, what is up, Latoya?
man coming to visit a 13-year-old kid?
Of course, unless it was me.
I honestly didn't think he was 13, and I thought about.
Oh, fuck off, Stanley. It surprises me that the students didn't see it and say something to the administration. I think that's actually what ended up happening. Stanley got caught in the same web as Vincent Nicotra did, where Dateline came out, and then, you know, he went through this, then 6 months later, or however long it was, the students fucking ratted his ass out. Because I'm almost positive that's what happened.
Away when I saw him at the door.
Yeah.
He does look bad. Is he trying to upstage the Bubger? You can't upstage the Bubger, Wolf. How dare you? How dare you? That's
Like so many other men in his predicament,
blasphemy. Don't ever denigrate the Bubger like that. Incoming, baby.
he brings up religion.
Probably I was thinking the part of me that's
Yeah, he's a weird looking dude. And again, this was a very common thing with the Texas guys, and for some reason, I guess it makes sense because it was kind of like in the sticks. But all the Texas guys, they talked about like the Jesus, and the Ohio guys talked about the Jesus, and now Stanley's gonna start bringing up the Jesus. And if there was anybody who like broke this motherfucker literally broke on the daily, broke basically every one of those commandments. Like every day he did this motherfucker did.
Christian was going to talk him out of it.
So what part of the Bible
Yeah, he oozed charisma.
tells you to say all this kind of stuff here in the chat? I'd love to play with and lick nipples and lick and send you.
I loved when Chris Hansen trolled these guys with their chat log. And just the discomfort and the way he was just kind of like he was trying to like talk over Chris. I got news for you, Stanley. You ain't talking over Chris Hansen. He's gonna ask about the nipples and suck cock and dick and cock and sucking dick and eating cock and dick and cock.
Where is that in the Bible? Explain that to me.
There's a human.
It's in there, Chris. It's in there. It's towards the back. It's towards the back, Chris.
Is that the Old Testament or the New Testament?
Neither.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in there. It's in the copy that I have. You know what makes that funny, Princess Peaches, is the beeps in that are what make it funny to me. Because if Chris although it would be kind of funny to hear Chris say all that shit, but the beeps make that so much fun, so much funnier. It's like Stanley had cock Tourette's, man. Like Stanley could not get enough dick.
I'm truly sorry, and I'm not.
I love blanking and kissing and blanking and blanking and blanking.
Well, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Chris, I'm a teacher. I couldn't possibly do anything terrible.
And we're doing a story on men
What's up, Andy?
who try to meet kids.
The Book of
online
Stanley.
for sex.
Hand jobs, it's called.
I'm truly sorry.
Start crying, Stanley. That should do it.
Thank you for helping me with it. I'm an excellent teacher and want to stay that way.
Chris does say cock to Kenneth Brinkman.
Doubtful he'll ever be back in the classroom.
Oh, little did you know, Chris, that he was literally back into the classroom within probably weeks of disappearance.
Said he's never seen our reports, so he has
That's how I talk to my girlfriend now. I want to blank you and then blank and stick my blank in you. That's the talk. That's love talk right there.
no idea what's
We could learn a lot from Stanley Kendall. Stanley Kendall is a smooth operator. I heard him, Stanley. I heard you in those phone calls with O. Pete. You're a smooth motherfucking operator, Stanley.
to happen when he opens that front door.
I'm going to visit Stanley grave and wipe some feces on it in his honor.
Police department, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands behind your back! Behind your back!
Just lost my job.
Yeah, you lost, and this is what he's worried about. I just lost my job, and I don't get to blank and suck blank and blank and blank.
Let me just go through this real quick.
Detectives search his car and gather evidence.
How's it going, Stanley?
Directions to the house.
Put your feet against the wall here, please. Face the window.
He's photographed
Stanley, I'm gonna make us a couple highballs. Maybe play some Neil Sedaka, and you just make yourself at home. I'm just a 13-year-old boy.
And where do you work?
booked,
Let's go up this way.
and brought in for questioning.
For the record, I'm very nervous. I'm shaking.
Oh, that's okay. You go.
Oh, that's okay, Stan. Yeah, I bet it's okay.
Don't get nervous.
Yeah, nothing to be nervous about, Stanley. It's not like you did something terrible.
Ruined me.
The investigator.
This is gonna ruin you. You motherfucker. These fucking predators, man. They're all the same. This is always somebody else's fault. That this is gonna ruin me. You were the one showing that fucking. You're the one who couldn't stop showing your goddamn dick, Stanley. It wasn't Dateline's fault. You were the one showing your fucking dick, Stanley, and whatever that weird growth above your dick is.
The investigator asks him about his online chat. Again,
Your hump.
he claims that
Your
people
hump.
often lie online.
Your lovely Stanley humps.
Conversation, I had a gut feeling it was wrong, but I kept going with it, thinking it was a lie. I don't want to lose my job. I'm an excellent teacher, and my principal's going to be so shocked.
My principal's going to be so shocked. Something tells me, Stanley seems pretty fucking stupid. I don't know how he was a teacher. I can't imagine that he was an excellent teacher. And I can't imagine that any of the students, he was that teacher, everybody dreaded getting. Oh, fuck. We got fucking Kendall.
Kendall is brought before Judge Hayden.
This is a second-degree felony.
I don't want to hear your story about why you don't have your homework, Jonathan. But maybe we can work out some kind of arrangement.
I've set your bail at $50,000.
Chief Myrick immediately contacted the local police department where the teacher works.
I felt like my best resource was to contact the school's police department and talk to them and
Yeah.
let them take over on that end.
Goddamn
to
right.
ensure that this man could not get close to those students again.
No, so he just goes to fucking Indiana and does it.
In fact, the teacher has been placed on administrative leave. Then they were transported to the Collin County Jail. That was more than 3 months ago.
I
Yeah.
know there are several of them that are still in jail.
Still.
Yes, sir.
Well, he wasn't one of them.
3.
Poor fucking Twink Toilet. Poor Twink Toilet. He was one. He's Twink Toilet was the only one who got any kind of repercussions from this.
Grandson. I'm coming after you.
Oh, Saul, I didn't even know this was in here. Okay, so we get a little taste of creepy Stan, Grammpa Stan. Oh no. This charge was held on $50,000 ban after the suicide of another suspect.
Gonna have you do my
District. Yep. So yeah, after that district attorney, after he killed himself before killing my stream, he got all these motherfuckers off. All these motherfuckers got off.
bidding. You are my slave. You are my boy.
Oh, Pete.
You're my boy, grandson.
Get you naked in my apartment, strip you down, and just go to town.
Oh, I probably should have watched this video all the way through and got this information before I made myself sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah, he was hired as a substitute teacher in Indiana. He got a substitute teaching license and worked unnoticed until someone saw. They didn't even see. They saw a rerun of To Catch a Predator. So this guy must have been like teaching for quite a bit of time because they caught it on MSNBC or some shit, and that's when he got fired.
Lick your butt.
Oh, Stanley, no. Stanley, no.
And I'll play with those nipples till you can't stand it.
The TEA pulled my license when they really didn't have any grounds to. It's not like I was asking to suck dick and suck and blank and nipples and suck and dick and blank and suck. Didn't have any grounds to, but they did it. And I let it happen because I didn't have the money to fight it. Teachers don't make a ton of money in Texas. Dude, that fucking shit happened. Oh, man.
Oh, come on, baby. Give it.
He died in 2017. Man, I thought it was more recent than that. All right.
Daddy. Come on, baby.
Stanley died of breath overload. That's what that a lot of people don't know. That's what killed Stanley. Stanley got to look at some breaths, and it was just too much for his heart to bear.
One drink.
Oh, God. I didn't mean to even do it. Am I going to jail tonight?
That was pretty funny that they got him to give Lauren lines. And the fact that, like, where he was living, you could tell, man, like, that's some old man shit. Like, he's got, like, the fucking doily or whatever you call it behind the chair. Yeah, this guy's a fucking mess. All right, I got one more. Neil Breitz. I got one more guy lined up. I don't even really know. This is Hot Cobra guy. What's this motherfucker's deal? I can't even remember. Josiah Walker. This is the one with the Mustang. 27-year-old who serves pizza at Costco. Oh yeah. All right, so yeah, let's go to Hot Cobra guy, and then we'll call it a day. I am glad to be back. I'm glad to see all of you. I've missed every single one of you. You all my precious little princes and princesses. And yeah, now that I'm back, and I'm gonna be Josiah. No, Josiah's not dead. I'm kind of going off. I don't know who the fuck I can't play. I can't play the dead DA. So I just found some random dude. So we're gonna go with my boy Hot Cobra guy. Don't really remember this shit too much, but I know he has a dope ass car and he is not afraid to flaunt it. How much this guy he makes pizza at Costco and he's driving around in a fucking Mustang.
Over the 3 days,
Jesse, insanity. Jesse Velez is not dead. Jesse Velez is actually still alive. I heard the rumor that Jesse Velez was dead, but no. Jesse Velez is still alive, from what I understand.
Our investigation in Long Beach, 38 men are arrested, and at times there are so many suspects.
That's wishful thinking. Now Jesse Velez is still among us.
Coming to the undercover house that police have to adjust their strategy, as you'll see with these next visitors.
Hello?
Oh yeah, this sting. I can't remember what city it was, but this sting was like it was like a COVID test site. They had so many fucking people lined up that they had to like have them in. Some of them go to the backyard. Some of them had to go like through the front door. Like This is like pedo heaven, wherever this one was.
All right, this is our 8 o'clock.
Costco pizza, yeah, Costco pizza does suck, man. I blame this motherfucker. I blame Hot Cobra guy.
Hot Cobra guy.
He's going after Augie, Diorio, and Edwin's generation. Who is Chris Hansen is? Chris, is that who you're talking about, Pepe?
Josiah Walker. He drove that Cobra Mustang 100 miles from San Diego.
Oh, okay. So is this Riverside? I think this is Riverside.
27-year-old who.
Oh, Long Beach. Okay, thank you, Jess. So yeah, this is Long Beach.
Pizza at Costco uses the screen name Hot 95 Cobra Guy.
Again, these guys with their fucking screen name. These guys with their screen names, so fucking unoriginal.
He chatted up.
And when you put like hot guy or hot in your screen name, it means you probably aren't.
Online with someone.
Oh yeah, okay. You're talking about Chris Hansen. Yeah, no, I know. He's going after all those guys, and why? Like because they pointed out like the shit that he's doing wrong. I mean,
who said she was a 13-year-old girl. Walker asks if she's a virgin.
He needs to stop. Chris needs to stop going after like Augie and John Swan. He needs to get his fucking house in order. He needs to go after this fucking anonymous Gene. That's the problem. John Swan is not your problem, Chris. This fucking anonymous Gene and Mike Morris and all these scumbags that you're aligned with. That's the problem.
If she's tried oral sex, anal sex, what sexual position she likes. And
the Goon
wants
Squad.
To know if
yeah, he did. He called them the Goon Squad, but like he's employed. Well, sort of employed. He's sort of employed anonymous Gene, this fucking guy doxing 13-year-olds. Mike Morris, who we all know the charges pending hanging over Mike Morris's head, and then Vincent Nicotra. What more do we have to say about Vincent Nicotra? And then like Augie and Nicholas Diorio and John Swan. That's the Goon Squad. That's the Goon Squad.
She would try group sex.
How would you feel about watching a guy and a girl do it?
Bland Cobra Guy. Yeah, you know what? This guy is just so fucking average. There's nothing. This is one of those guys who there's really nothing spectacular about you, Josiah. Your name is kind of cool, but you're just kind of average. He's just he's mediocre Cobra Guy.
Or being watched by a girl.
And he appears to know that it would be illegal to have sex with a 13-year-old when he writes.
The Indonesian documentary caused a lot of drama between Chris and the community. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
you're young, and I don't want to get in trouble.
But here he is, and he can't wait.
I don't even think it was really I know this is turning into like a Chris Hansen stream, but I don't even think it was really the documentary so much as the shit that's been happening with like Chris's cronies and some of the shit that Chris is doing. And I guess getting the documentary made in the first place caused a lot of shit too. Just the way that he went about it and the way that he kind of he did it without like some of the victims. So yeah, I guess that was a problem. But really, it's there's just so many problems. It's just all this shit.
To get into our undercover house.
Hey, come on in.
Anyway, back to you, mediocre Cobra Guy. This guy was 28, but he's dressing like this. This guy is dressing like fucking Stanley. This guy is like right up there with Stanley in fashion sense. These guys just did any of the Predators put together a good outfit?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, he's getting his steps in, Scarlett. He's getting his cardio in.
Good, come on in.
You want me to park in the garage? Or?
No, you don't have to park in the garage. You're pretty average right there. That's okay. Everything you're just average. He's wearing basically what I would consider an average shirt and an average slacks. Average Cobra Guy.
Oh no big deal at all.
What's up, defiled horror?
What are you doing?
Chris will always rule. TCAP will never die. Chris was the man. I'm not taking anything away from him from what he did for To Catch a Predator. Now, and even Hansen versus Predator. But once he got on YouTube, I don't know, man. He went fucking crazy.
Awesome. Hi.
He got the clothes thing going on. Yeah, I'm gonna say, as far as Predator fashion sense, I would give this guy like a B minus. Or maybe a C plus. I'd say he's average.
Hi.
You got your hug. Why don't you have a seat over there?
Oh, another one of these guys denied the hug. This Sting, like, every one of these creeps was like trying to hug the decoy, and every single one of them got denied. The decoy just fucking freaking out.
Right. No, sir. Right there, please. Please take your hand on your.
All those, they dressed poorly. Yeah, no, none of them. No fashion sense. He looks averagely upset. He's going to have himself a glass of lemonade, maybe half a glass, with maybe just an average amount of sugar.
Pretty shiny Mustang you got out there.
That's the only thing not average about you. This guy is fucking overcompensating like a motherfucker. Thank you, Aria. My absence was really felt. Glad you're back. I'm glad, Aria. I am glad to be back. What's up, Roscoe? Roscoe is off the treadmill, and he is in the chat. What's going on, Roscoe?
Thank you. What was it that perhaps you had on the potential menu for tonight?
Casey retracted a lot too.
Spend the night here. Spend the night.
Can somebody help me? I really should learn a little bit about To Catch a Predator before I do To Catch a Predator stings. What was this decoy's name? Shit, there was one of the decoys. I can't remember her name. One of the decoys is an actress in Chicago right now, and I actually reached out to interview her, and she basically just told me to go fuck myself. YouTube screwed Chris up. Yeah, Michelle, it really did. YouTube. That's what happens, man. YouTube will fuck you up.
Is he a private investigator or police or?
What's that? I'll get to that in just a minute.
Oh, those are some average questions that you're asking. Not spectacular, not terrible, but I'd say the questions that you're asking are pretty average. I obviously didn't read this guy's chat log. I'd say he was probably, I don't know, as far as creepiness, he was probably somewhere in the middle, kind of just average.
How old is this girl that you came to visit?
I think she had told me she was 13.
13, something,
13, right?
Something average.
Yeah. And you are 27.
Mm-hmm.
He's just an average age. What's up, Lucy? Yeah, I'm back, Lucy.
Do you often meet 13-year-old girls?
Oh, no.
No. God, no, Chris. Look at me. I get all kinds of girls. Average girls.
No. Well, you make it sound like it's such a terrible thing that yet here you are.
Hey, Rev.
In this living room where you believed a 13-year-old girl was home alone.
I think Chris being on YouTube, unfiltered by any corporation, just let us see his true self more clearly. I don't think it was... you know what? I think you're probably right. And plus, he put himself in a team with just a bunch of really bad people. Which makes you wonder is how good of a guy can Chris be if he's associating with the people he's associating with or was associating with. I don't even know.
Slip of judgment?
A slip of judgment.
I think so,
Walker
Princess Peach.
tells me he brought a change of clothes in case he spent the night, a camera, and condoms.
And you're here to meet a 13-year-old.
Oh, of course, Noble. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I think it's since I think it's kind of happened since my ban, but yeah, I'm not even charging people for the content dump anymore. So if you want the content dump, the Lauren calls, just shoot me an email. I figure, what, we hit the goal. Betty got paid every cent, and yeah. So if you want the content dump, yeah, there's really no reason to be charging for it anymore.
Girl who's home alone after a sexually charged conversation in a chat room with her.
And I'm sure a lot of people who did have it, and when they went into it, saw that it got emptied out. But I do have it backed up. Jaden, what did Chris do? Chris has just been. I mean, besides the arrest for writing bad checks, and he's just been. Chris is kind of just showing that, I heard you open it back up, but I didn't. Oh no, it's okay, Ignatz. I wasn't really on break. I was I wouldn't. Brandy B. It has been a long time. What's going on, Brandy? It wasn't really a break. It was kind of a forced break. I took it as a break. My email is in the description, Queen. It's clawbah@gmail.com, though. Yeah, but Chris is just, he's clearly in it for the money now, and he's not even making it like, he's not even making it look good anymore. You know what I mean? And then he's just associating himself with some really bad people, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's not good. All right. Well, there's something you got to know. I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, it is. It is, Haas. I mean, that was the whole goal of the thing, and you know, we got there. We got there, man, because of all you beautiful people.
Headline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults.
So I'm gonna, from all you beautiful people to this guy who is he's just kind of average. Son of Shepherd. Hey, Clawbah, I know I've asked you before. I bought a new phone and lost my Lorne call. Son of Shepherd, send me an email. Just send me an email.
Who meet teens to have sex. And if there's anything
I really got to figure out why these alerts aren't working.
else you want to tell me, now would be a good time. Otherwise, obviously, you're free to walk out the door.
We ask Walker to leave through the back door because out front is our
Thank you, by the way, son. Thank you, son of a shepherd.
Visitor.
Man, like this, there was just so much fucking gridlock.
He's walking up the driveway. Go to position 2. Open the door.
Not an undercover cop. See that screen? I'd fall for that screen name. Well, he says he's not an undercover cop.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
When more than one suspect shows up at a time, it poses a challenge for the Long Beach police.
We really had to keep close communication with
getting a little
the arrest
bonus
team
content,
so they knew what was going on. One of the problems was if they would have came out from their hiding spot too early.
Yeah, man, these Long Beach guys must have been really fucking horny because there was like a convoy of these motherfuckers.
The next predator coming up.
What's up, Katie? I'm kind of behind on this, but did Jesse Velez actually pass? No, Katie. I am of the understanding that he did not actually pass.
I've seen them, have been scared away.
Hey there, how's it going?
Oh, we get a little bit of his phone call.
You're driving? I thought I heard said. I thought.
I'm driving, but I'm driving at a reasonable speed. I'd say probably about 35. You know, average.
You said that you said you were driving when your mom called you or something like that.
Oh my God, this guy got pretty fucked up looking. That dude, the mustache, that shit ain't working. If you're trying to not look like a pedophile, you're doing a really bad job. It's like people who name their routers DEA surveillance van. Yeah, nothing to see here, grandson. Oh, and he had to sell the Red Cobra. Oh, that's a goddamn shame. $12,500 to pay for a to pay for a lawyer. He had to sell. Now, that was the one thing that was almost kind of remarkable about you. And now you had to get rid of that. Now you're just back to just being average again. Not even. I'm sure he got like a Honda Accord or something. You know, a reasonable automobile.
I don't let many people drive my car.
Oh, I'm loving you, Yak.
I can't even see over the hood of the car. Got a pretty big hood because I got a really big engine.
I don't know if I'd say the engine was big. I'd say it was kind of just average. I think it had about an average size engine in it, probably. I don't know.
I haven't even decided if I
just kind of ordinary.
My car
maybe.
Or my bike up there.
Oh, this guy is slowly descending into madness. Who the fuck does this guy look like? I'm picking up some kind of vibe from this guy. I can't. He does look like somebody. I can't quite place it.
I don't know. Do you have a garage? I don't have a garage.
We back.
I have a car. Yeah, that's my car.
It's an alright car.
I have a Ford Mustang Cobra with a.
This dude was steady bragging on that fucking Cobra, man. That car which is funny because he had to sell it. That car was like the only thing that defined this guy. Can you imagine? This is one of those motherfuckers who the only thing this guy talks about is his goddamn car.
4-inch Crowell hood on it. The hood sticks.
He's just kind of average, Julia. Just kind of, James. No, I wasn't getting a James Spader vibe. Maybe like young James Spader, like when he. But no, I was getting some kind of other somebody else. What's up, Jaden? What's your channel about? It's mainly about To Catch a Predator. Occasionally, can I tell you what it's not about, Jaden? It's not about Neil Breen. That I can promise you.
It's up 4 inches. You want me to take you somewhere? Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Everything again, like it's just kind of he's going in for that bro hug. Look how like tiny that fucking decoy looks. Jesus Christ. And this isn't a big guy. I'd say he's probably, I don't know, 5'10", 5'9", like he's probably average height, average weight. That decoy was freaking, man. Mark Zuckerberg. You know what, Mark? That is kind of who he looks like. Mark. That's kind of the vibe I was getting. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. That's not who I was thinking of, but now that you say that, that's a great that's a great comparison right there.
Awesome.
All right. Let's do one more. Let's go ahead and we got Tennis Boy and Slave and Mistresses lined up. Let's go ahead and get this dynamic duo out of the way. Tennis Boy and Slave to Mistresses got caught up at the exact same time. Slave to Mistresses right now is in like Jordan or something, and yet another guy, I guess he kind of fits in with the theme here. Another guy who got catfished. So he was into some things, man. So yeah, let's do a little slave. Let's do Tennis Boy and Slave to Mistresses.
Dateline and Perverted Justice set up an investigation.
We'll do one more, and then I'm going to call it for the night.
In this beachfront house, and it's going to get crowded. Some men even coming 2 at a time. Here comes a 25-year-old psychology student named Safraz Khan. Weeks before he arrived at our house,
does anybody remember Bass Shaman's Safraz Khan song, the Jungle Book song that Shaman did for this guy? I can't remember the words, but I know it was funny as fuck. I'll see if I could dig it up and play it the next stream.
Khan, who uses the screen name Tennisboy213, took 3 years off his age and began speaking to a perverted justice.
Like, why? Why go from 25 to 22? Is it really that big of a deal? I get it. These guys who went from like 60 to down to 20. I mean, it's stupid that they would do that, but I get why they did it. But 25 to 22, I mean, come on, really? Come on, Fonzie. Nah, you don't need to do that.
Decoy, who told him she's a 13-year-old female.
Do we have a way to call that guy?
Dateline pays Perverted Justice to do what it normally does.
Call Frazzy.
Set up profiles in chat rooms that appear to be from underage teens, in this case ages 13 to 15, who are curious about sex. In his chat,
that's a Hamburger's decoy too. Yeah.
Khan asks the girl if she's a virgin and if she likes older guys. He writes,
"I would make love to you."
What's funny? I'm glad you brought that up. Who was it? Dragon Words. Dragon Words. He got really offended when because he kept pushing that. I look 17. I look 17, and the decoy's like, "Oh, I think you look 21 or 20. I think you look like 21 or 20." And this dude got like super fucking offended
for hours.
Then Khan, the student, becomes the teacher, advising her on such matters as erections, masturbation.
You're gonna teach a master class on erections. I'm sure that I'm sure that you know a thing or two about masturbating, Frazzy, but
Oral sex, sexual position.
she don't need to learn that from you. Tennis boy meets slave to mistresses. Slave to mistresses. This is tennis boy.
And how sex for her may hurt at first because she's a virgin.
Nah, I got news. Frazzy ain't gonna hurt.
But he clearly knows what he's doing is illegal.
I'm kind of afraid to come see you, because I could go to jail if I touched you. You're a minor.
But later, he sends along a picture of his genital.
Not the greatest dick pic in the world, Frazzy. Not the greatest nude I've ever seen. It's very. Is this the guy from? Is that? Wait a minute. Is that motherfucker from Big Bang Theory? From Lauren's favorite show, Big Bang Theory. Is that the motherfucker from Big Bang Theory? What have you done with yourself?
And says he'll bring lots of condoms. He makes
that is a piss poor nude that you're sending, Frazzy.
A date online to come to the girl's house when she says she'll be alone. Now he's here.
Nathaniel's commentary on him was so good. Look at his nude. It looks ridiculous.
You can come in. Hi.
Khan is walking into a house loaded with hidden cameras, a Dateline crew, and members of Perverted Justice.
Well, you could tell it's high tech because they used that fucking graphic. When all it really was is just fucking lights and shit.
To suspect there's more here than meets the eye.
You can come in and sit down if you want.
So that was one seductive ass nude. Like Frazzy knew what he was doing. He looked like he was a prisoner in that fucking nude.
No, that's alright. You're the one I talked to on the phone.
On the phone?
Yeah.
Because he's wary, I decide to make an early appearance.
You can come in here and sit down for a minute if you want.
Frazzy, you shouldn't be picky, Frazzy.
I need to talk to you for a minute. Why don't you have a seat right there, please? What's going on?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry for what?
Yeah, he could have been classy and sent a literal asshole pic.
I did this.
But remember, we told you it was going to get crowded. That's because our next visitor is very close by.
Here comes our boy Slave to Mistresses. Slave to Mistresses is a fucking freak, man. Slave to Mistresses really was, he was about that life, man.
Going to be here in just a minute, so it's going to get interesting.
Is he still in prison? Slave to Mistresses is, he ran out of the country. He's in Jordan or something right now. He bolted. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Frazzy, I think he just kind of like disappeared. I don't remember Frazzy. Frazzy got himself into some big fucking trouble.
Meanwhile, I continue to have my conversation with Tennis Boy.
And what did you do exactly?
Dog collar guy. Yeah, this guy was into some things, man. This guy loved to be humiliated and beat up and shit on and all that kind of stuff, man. Our boy Slave to Mistresses was a freak.
I came to meet someone that was underage.
The tapestry on the wall. You would think that this setup was. You'd think To Catch Predators was from the 80s. Like this is like 2008 or something like that. Like looking at it now, it seems like so long ago, but it was only like 10, 12 years ago.
And why did you do that?
I don't know.
It sure seemed like you knew what you wanted during this chat.
And
he got deported. That's right. Okay, that's right. Frazzy got deported. Oh yeah, that's right. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was here as like an exchange student, and then he got caught up in all this bullshit, and then he got shipped right the fuck where he came from.
Out of time because our next visitor is here.
So Frazzy got deported, and then my boy Slave to Mistresses, he just fled. He just got the fuck out.
Well, the next guy is right outside the house scoping, making the turn.
Well, Ember had catfished our guy Slave to Mistresses, and Slave to Mistress is still about that life. Slave to Mistress is still just as fucking horny and still into them same kinks, man.
Result, To Catch a Predator First. Our decoy invites him inside.
Wait, he was in ICE custody until last year? Really? He was in custody that long?
Why don't you come in over here and stand right over here at the bar? How are you? Good.
He's in custody for 10 years. Holy shit. Oh, Frozzy. Man, Frozzy, did you fuck up. What is worse, that or that nude that he sent? I think of all the nudes that might... I don't know if it's the worst because... Like Stanley's... Dan Allen's is Dan Allen's dick pic is the worst, bar none. But it's definitely the funniest.
Good. Please come here. I want you guys to meet each other.
Damn, Mark, I didn't know that.
Holy shit. And Tennis Boy, this is Slave to Mistresses, right? Yeah. What are you doing here?
Actually, it's pretty clear to
Slave
us.
to Mistresses, if you haven't seen his interrogation, and we'll look at that sometime, but Slave to Mistresses is shaking like a wet chihuahua through that whole fucking, through that whole goddamn interrogation. I don't know what he was on or what he was just got off, but yeah, that dude was just like shaking through the entire interrogation.
Us what he's doing here and who he is.
He has a stupid haircut too.
Online chat.
I think I think 5 years was for this, and then 5 years was for the haircut, Miss James.
56-year-old Yazan As4 uses the screen name Slave to Mistresses. That gives you an idea what's on his mind.
What's an As4?
He's a former member of a Jordanian basketball team and now a student and personal trainer. Like the previous man, As4 chatted with a decoy who told him she was 13. But unlike Khan, As4 mostly wanted
He's
the
a
girl
Gator
to
fan.
do things to him. We can't get too detailed, but we can say he prefers to be treated like a dog.
He did, man. He was this guy was very Muse-like. He couldn't go anywhere without his dog collar.
So, a toilet. We'll have to leave it at that.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Chris, I think I know where that was going. I appreciate you just go ahead and leaving it at that.
He sends live video of himself naked and wearing a dog collar, along with a link to a website that illustrates what he's talking about. So what's he have to say now that he's alongside another potential predator, just like two guys at the bar?
What are you doing here tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, it sure seems like you had a lot of plans in this chat.
Can I ask a question? Sure.
Yeah, he did. He was very, very into being treated like a dog. This guy was like living that life for real.
Is my family gonna have to know about this?
Why are you so concerned about your family knowing?
Because this is something that would just ruin my life.
Well, you made the decision to come.
I don't
in,
know,
but
Hugo.
I'm going to get.
He learned that shit from the internet, man. The internet, bad news.
Back with you
for
in a minute, because I have a couple questions for
Slave
you.
to Mistresses.
What were you planning on doing here tonight?
For As4.
Did you bring your collar with you? No. What is?
Dude, you have that collar somewhere. Don't you try and tell me that you went to this house without a goddamn collar. Don't bullshit me, As4.
All this slave talk in here.
You gotta be shitting me.